What's up guys, Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we've got a lot going on as we transition from the end of the Wixwell fusion into a personal CVC coming tomorrow. Now if you are smarter than me, you will have waited for CVC to pull your Wixwell. As you can see, I've already done mine, so I cannot summon him. But if you do summon him during CVC, you can get 30,000 points for your clan. Now, fortunately for me, if my clan is in a very close CVC, I can make up for it because I do have Basatha from the Doom Tower to summon at any time that I want. But as you will see in my video coming out tomorrow, there are plenty of ways to get easy CVC points, and I always like to show off my best strategies because I'm not really a spender in the game. I have spent in the past, not a whole lot. I am what we call a very low spender overall, but I haven't spent any money in the game in about a year. But there are still plenty of ways, especially for endgame players, to rack up the points. But even if you are an early game player, you can still use the same strategies. You just probably won't have as many resources as an endgame player. So I will come out with that video tomorrow as CVC starts. I will show you how I rack up my points. But there's plenty going on in the game today. As I said, I already got my Wixwell. I was trying him out in Hydra, and it is very difficult to build one of those billion damage teams. I tell you what, there's a lot of complaints in the community about how difficult it is to do Hydra Clash because of all these teams that put up billions and billions of points. But I can tell you, this is mostly a problem for the very high-end player. The player who has spent a lot of money in the game, who has spent a lot of time in the game, who has a lot of champions and a lot of good gear, people who have been playing the game for a very long time. Personally, I have the champions. I am just building up my Anchorite here. Unfortunately, he's just level 50 right now, so I need to get him to level 60 so he can help out my team. If you look at my Hydra Clash, my clan is currently in first place, but there's a couple days to go, and there tends to always be people coming in late with some points. We are just barely ahead there, but I put up 1.15 billion points, but that's not from having a 1 billion plus team, 1 billion plus point team, or 1 billion plus damage team, excuse me. I just have 3 teams that can put around 200 million damage per run, adds up to just over 1 billion points. So, you know, if you're concerned about Hydra Clash being too difficult because of the billions of points, you probably have a very, very in-game account. I think for the majority of players, the bigger problem is building up a team that can even get the chests on different levels. You know, a lot of people in my clan, you know, are just developing their accounts to the point where, you know, they can 1 key normal, they can 1 key hard. We only have 5 people who have even attempted brutal in my clan. We are getting kind of close to being able to take out brutal though. So if I can figure out Wixwell, we might be able to take out Nightmare soon. We'll see about that. But Wixwell, you know, he is very good in Hydra. But I think for most people, putting up those huge numbers is actually quite difficult. So as far as him needing a nerf, that's really just a complaint for the whales, in my opinion. Let me know if you think differently. But I think when other content creators kind of complain about these high damage issues in Hydra Clash, I think that is for a very small percentage of players in the game. That's just my personal opinion. But on to Clan versus Clan coming out tomorrow. This is the Clan versus Clan that you should really be putting up points for. If there are no personal rewards, I don't put out hardly any effort. I just play the game as is. But we will find out tomorrow which of these objectives will get bonus points. We will see. But there are some tournaments that have started today. So we started a Sand Devil turn attack today. There's also a Spider tournament going on if you still need the rare for Wixwell. There is a Tag Arena tournament still going on, and a Classic Arena tournament going on. So if you still need to finish these up to get the rares for Wixwell, go ahead and do that. But you might want to save the Spider tournament for CVC, because you obviously get very good points for CVC from doing spider runs. But you might also want to save up for doing the Sand Devil turn attack. So let's take a look at the rewards for the Sand Devil turn attack. Okay, as you can see, you're going to need 3,500 points from the Sand Devil turn attack to max it out. As you can see, I've made a few runs this morning. But the interesting reward here is these prism crystals, or whatever they're called, for this summon pool from the Altar of Souls, where you can get use the Prism Soul Stone. It takes all 60 of them in order to try to get souls for these particular champions. Now, personally, I'd be very excited to get a good soul for Newt. I already have a pretty good soul for Estrid. And the rest of these champions, maybe for Emic would be nice too. And then, of course, you got your epics. Now, in my last Soulstone video, I pulled a 6-star for Geo, and I've already got a 6-star for Gala. So as far as the epics are concerned, Nia would be nice. I don't really need it for my Demitha. These other champions are pretty good. I don't know if they necessarily need souls. So I would say if you have a lot of these champions, or if you desperately want a very good soul for one of these champions, you can make that decision if you want to go for it. It's always a good idea to run Sand Devil if you have an account that can take on the later stages of Sand Devil. I have a very slow Sand Devil 25 team. We'll see if it ends up actually getting nerfed. I think that's coming soon, but we'll see how that actually ends up working in practicality. But you know, I think personally I am going to go for this, take my chances and see how that works out. But it's just kind of up to you if you feel like doing that or not. And as far as the events are concerned, the only thing currently going on is the artifact enhancement event for the last rare for Wixwell. So you can go ahead and do that if you want to. But I would honestly save that for CVC as well, because you can get some good points for artifact enhancement from CVC. So today is kind of a hold off kind of day, and try to finish all those things that you possibly can on the first day of CVC, so that you can double dip your points on that. So that should be it for today. Today should be a pretty chill day in Raid Shadow Legends, as we all wait for Clan versus Clan coming up tomorrow on Tuesday. and there will be plenty for you to do when that begins. So be on the lookout tomorrow for a video where I detail where I get hundreds of thousands of CVC points for without spending any shards and without doing spider runs. I can get close to about 200,000 points without shards or doing spider runs. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll see how many points I end up getting tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Weiler Wednesday. As you can look up here, my subscriber count is slowly gaining traction, and I'd really appreciate it if you added to that number so I can continue to make great Raid Shadow Legends content. See ya!